Welcome all here on your wonderful Sankofa show for this Sunday, beautiful Sunday. It's hot and sunny. You can see some small little shine on our faces there. Well, it looks like all hell has come down to South Africa. The temperatures are quite risen a bit. And we are excited again to be welcoming you here on our beautiful, beautiful Sunday drive, Sunday show, Universal Galaxy Network here, Galaxy Universal Network. And for this afternoon, or for this morning rather, we'll be driving you easy with a lot of entertainment, music, and Pastor J. Israel will be coming also in the show a little bit later on, and we're going to have a good time together. And to open up our show, I want to drop on your hands a wonderful friend of mine, Untate Sly. We call him Sly, but his full name is Syl Vestor, but Sly Mazinyane, and we'll get a chance to know him a little bit more. What does he do? Where has he been? How does he do his things? Who does he do? What doesn't he do? And all those other things between here. But I'm excited. He's an old friend. We've been together a couple of years doing other things here on the sides. So welcome to the show, Sly.
Thank you for this. Thank you for having me.
Wonderful.
So, I'm delighted.
Take us through. Let's get started.
All right. Like you said earlier, that we've played. I remember we used to do Rivonia. There's a venue, small venue, we used to play there.
Yeah.
Get together, you know.
We did another concert in the caves.
Yes.
Somewhere in
Mpumalanga, yes.
That thing haunts me sometimes. I said,
beautiful.
that was stunning.
I don't remember what we played, though, the music we played.
But we were happy.
The songs, but it was mostly spirituals also.
Yeah.
So we did it was Negro spirituals.
Negro spirituals, with Prince, yeah.
Yes, the Prince, yeah. And what I would like to play now is a tune titled Time and Space.
Time
and Space.
And Space.
Yes. I'll just play the head and go into the stretch out a bit.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fine.
All right, okay. time and space.
Yeah. When I grow up, I want to become like you. I want to become like you and learn how to play this. I touch a little bit, but I think I love to hear other people play, but not me play. Take us through. Who is Syl Mazinyane?
Yes.
Where does he start?
Syl Vestor Mazinyane is a Soweto-born pianist. Grew up in Soweto. And studied. Of course, I went to school in and around Soweto.
Fuba.
Well, unfortunately, I was still a little bit young.
You didn't go through the Fuba.
You know, Fuba is more the elderly kids,
Once you want to measure the age of the musician, you just go Fuba.
Yeah. A little bit on the still younger.
Okay.
So I met music a little bit earlier in my stage, and so I took it up seriously. I sat my mother down and said, hey, I love music, and said I want to play guitar. And she said, no.
To the devil's ribs.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind I'm away also, you are coming from the church space, so it's not easy to become an artist as a in those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my love was with the guitar, and I could not pursue the guitar. So I came back again with a better story. To say, look, I would love to study piano. I said, yeah, then you can play in church.
As if you can play guitar in church.
Yes, that was a dynamic at the time, But look, then I studied music. I took it up seriously, and the technical college, and I graduated there with my N4. Then I went to varsity to study music program. It was a 4-year program, and then yes. And I've been recording, of course, here with many South African musicians.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. So, how many hours does it take you to practice per week or per day?
Well, for advice purposes, I would advise a student to at least spend 7 hours with the instrument.
A week?
No, every day.
7 hours a day?
Yes, at least 7 hours every day.
Sit there?
Yes, because, that's how we played our music. That's how we got around. And to be able to have dexterity and forte on your instrument. And to be able, and agility.
And actually your instrument ends up becoming an extension of yourself.
Yes, it becomes second nature. So you need to spend time with it, get to understand.
7 hours a day. I know Shelton Kilby, who was one of the uncles or fathers to the Kilby boy who sings in Tech 6. He came to Solusi with to the university with Whitney Phibbs, the pianist, the old man himself, Shelton Kilby. He takes 10. Apparently he wakes up at 3, 4 in the morning, and he will play his instrument until about past 9, 10 every day.
That's the one from this. That's the discipline that you need to instill when you want to be able to at least play the piano very well and be a pianist. There's a difference.
A keyboard.
A pianist and a keyboardist, keyboard player.
I
don't know where you come in.
I think
you said you touch a little bit, so
I'm a keyboard player. I play keyboard. You play piano.
But I trust you with your.
I've watched guys like Keith Garrett, all those guys. Yes. By the time they play, man, it's like they feel where the note is. What monk, for example, you look at some of these old foxes, and you notice actually it's not just about.
Of course, yes, and we also do have our own South African legendary pianists that have been recorded also. In the same level, Yabo Duke Ellington and all these guys. We spoke about Duke Ellington earlier, I think.
Yeah.
And your Hotep Idris Galeta.
Oh, Galeta.
Yeah.
From Eastern Cape.
Yeah, from the East.
I met him. I met him.
I studied under Hotep.
Oh.
I played in his band with Rene McLean. He was an American saxophonist, son of Jackie McLean. He was a popper, he was a player. So I think at least we got the latter.
Abdullah, you cannot miss Abdullah Ibrahim.
Definitely.
Legendary. I've also played with GTX.
Oh yeah.
Kaba.
Oh yeah.
With Kaba,
yes. Well, awesome.
I bumped on him some years ago. But Don Laka.
Yeah.
And of course, my favorite, no, except you.
Yeah.
My favorite, Ubabu Temba, Mavo, Mkize.
Amazing pianist. Also one of our South African greatest musicians, arranger, composers, that we need to still explore.
Much more.
Yeah.
Oh, Black Moses.
Yes.
They were more on the township jive and a bit of the slow down jazz.
They kept it going.
They kept it going.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we cannot separate the fact that they're very spiritual also. They were not. Of course, the music was probably misplaced in different venues, but their hearts were deeply spirited.
Very spirited.
Yes, yeah.
But now you keep on talking about spirit.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know the difference between a trumpet player now. Keyboard and pianist are different. I don't know for a trumpet what is the difference between a trumpeter and there's a Negro spiritual that used to be sung, and sometimes when people interpret these songs, in my old age now I've discovered that we miss out lots of good content.
Yes.
Because when a Negro is singing in the fields and he says he wants to go home yonder, people think that the Negro is thinking about heaven.
Yeah.
But it's deeply rooted in his home, where he's coming from. But you cannot be telling your employer that you want to go back to Africa.
Yes.
So the theology thing kind of. But when I come to this one, for example, do you remember me? I think it's twofold.
Yes.
In the way I hear it.
Yeah.
Do you remember me as of, should I get back home in Africa? Will you remember me?
Yes.
Will I still be would you still recognize me as one of? And two, do you remember me as of a theological concept where the African is suffering in the fields and he's looking up to God and says,
when now?
do you still remember that I'm here?
Yeah.
But I think the sentiments of eschatology, people want to look at, like when we get to heaven, do you, Lord, do you remember me? But I think deeply using the context of the song, it has to do with people feeling their memory of their presence was being lost.
Yes.
So we'll try a song entitled Do Lord, or Do You Remember Me?
Yes.
Take it away. it up for Syl Mazinyane. Give it up for Syl Mazinyane here live with me in studio. It looks like I might not want to do lots of talking today. We'll let the music do the talking, and as we have fun here together. And I think, yeah, something in there.
Yes.
Something. I missed you, man. I haven't seen you in ages, man. And,
yeah, you know, it was the worst things that happened.
I knew one day or sooner or later I'll have to bring you here. Something just in my spirit just said, no,
yes.
this thing cannot be complete with that. When I met up with Blondie, Machene,
Yes.
we did them drumming and etc. But in my back of my head, I'm saying, no, man. There's someone who is missing on this show here.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
When you come back out of the break, you take us through some of your music experience and the history where you're coming from.
Yes.
Don't go away. We're back right after the break in studio with me here today live. Dr. Syl Mazinyane, the pianist himself. We'll be back after the break.
Thank you.
Make massive moves.
The space race has already started.
Russia had got the first object in space.
The coast is as wild today as it was when Europeans settled the continent.
Enormous beasts with enormous thirst. The teams are primed and ready.
They got the first animal in space, and they got the first person.
Time to see what the boys can do.
Make massive moves with Starsat. Make massive moves.
How can you say that?
That is what it is.
Your mother eloped with someone else.
I just think this is such a genius idea. I think it's amazing.
I can be happy.
It's inside you. It's inside of all of us.
It's about cooking smart that are nutritious and delicious.
President Trump acknowledging the coronavirus death toll could be significantly higher.
You don't want to do this. There is nothing you can take.
Jerusalem.
Surviving roommates scared.
The heavyweights arrive.
Inside finds Pachulia, blocked by Jane.
This is the will of God.
Make massive moves with Starsat.
Take it away. There's a song. Oh, wow.
I love the bottom of that.
Hey.
It was creating a nice. I love
some little warmth at the bottom there.
Some more of that.
More of that.
Yes.
I was a bit timid, because I was enjoying myself also, so I didn't want to. Yeah, but beautiful. And what inspired this song?
This tune I wrote for my first album, Down South. It's titled.
I got a copy, but I have.
Okay, yeah. It's titled Unsung Heroes.
Unsung Heroes.
Yes. I think often we try and look and page in the books and look for heroes and stuff, but we forget the self, that conquers in everyday life. And, it's a dedication to that effort, to that
beautiful
energy.
Beautiful. The last time, of course, I know a little bit more, but people might not know that you've played in South Africa. Just maybe not name dropping, but this is the honest truth. We have played quite a number of big shows in town, produced and worked as a pianist for many artists in the country. We just name but a few.
Yeah. To name a few, I've worked with Judith, my favorite. A vocalist.
Supuma.
Yeah, Judith Supuma, and with Slilo Slota, with Jimmy Lulu.
And
yes,
Brother James, where is Jim now? He's just gone quiet, man.
We spoke just briefly a few days ago. Yeah,
come on, maybe give him let's bring him on. Let's bring him on. Let's bring him here, even if he just bring his guitar and do how to do that song there.
We bring all those cats. Like, we wrote music with Jimmy. Most of his album at varsity, at college.
Yes.
We used to have practice blocks.
Yes.
So we wrote the music at the basement. It's called the A level. So that's where we practiced. So we wrote a lot of the music.
Lots of stuff there.
Yeah.
It was like a workshop.
Yes.
So James what up?
Yeah. Yes. That was before most of the guys started recording when they came back in the late 90s. That is in 2000. Early 2000s. So, so I've worked with most of the musicians like those, Slilo Slota, there's a lot.
Yeah, but I would have loved you and Moses Mlelekwa in the same room one time. It never really happened quicker. May his soul rest in peace there.
Beautiful music.
But and then from the year you went into Dubai?
Yes, Middle East was awesome, was beautiful. I really enjoyed
every week with Wednesdays, Fridays, they will be there, lie on some big grand piano there, some blue lights shining on the. I was following you, I was following. My man is gone now. You become a chic. You become a chic now.
Yeah. No. I've even changed my language now, but I'm back now in South Africa. So
okay.
Yeah, back to our language.
Yes. You could handle a bit of the greeting and.
Yes. No, it's quite easy. It's quite languages are the same.
Yeah.
You listen to it properly, then
you can hear. So how do you greet in Dubai there?
Is Salam Alaikum.
Oh, Salam Alaikum.
Alhamdulillah. And this is a couple of.
It can get you. It can get you into the door at least.
You can get past.
But how was the experience?
It was beautiful. I played.
You went with a group there, or you were a resident pianist in a?
Yeah, it was with an ensemble, and we played every night. So I played on the grand piano every night. I really enjoyed it.
That must have been heaven for you.
So we played many hours. We did 4 sets.
4 sets per night.
Yeah. So. And got your 1 day off, but it was nice. It was good practice.
Yeah. Now your 7 hours was now paying off now.
Yeah, true. That good is. So it was a good experience. I enjoyed it. The music was good. We got to play with different cats. I remember I played also with an Italian trio. So when I was still in that contract, but I, would go off and still play with the guys, and I really would love to bring that
trio down here.
That trio down, and. Yeah, so because we wrote some stuff, we wrote some music that, but I'll have it one day.
There's something that is ringing in my head. I don't know. There's. Lagushonilanga, yes.
Once again. Okay.
Let's mute it up, Something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Remember, La Ushoni Longa. Something I want to pick up on that one.
Zakubuya inkomo ndakucinga ngawe lakushona ilanga ndohamba ndikufuna ezistradweni nasezibhedlela ndohamba ndikufuna ndikufumane lakushona ilanga zakubuya inkomo ndakucenga ndakutsenga ngawe lokushona ilanga loshona ilanga loshona ilanga This song, what made me sing this song?
Oh yeah?
It's the whole thing, thank you. It's the whole thing of interpreting music.
Yes.
People listen to this song and they say this is a love ballad.
Okay, yeah.
The man is looking for his lover.
Yeah.
But it can't be that during the times of apartheid,
yes,
at a peak of such tension, when music and lyric was no longer allowed, that you could actually take it for granted. It's like Louis Armstrong. What a wonderful world.
Yeah.
In the peak of World War II.
Yeah.
If you look at the video carefully, people are bombing each other and he's singing, what a wonderful world. If you listen to the words, you may actually miss the intention.
Yes,
so Lashoni Langa, for me, this is the peak of oppression.
Yeah.
People are being butchered, people are disappearing, and etc. And then the ballad is actually saying, I think maybe picture an old woman.
Yeah.
Or a mother,
looking for his love, her love,
looking for their lover, or looking for her child, or something. She has to go to the hospital. So you tell me, if it is a love ballad, why in the hospital and why in the prisons?
Yeah.
Looking for a lover.
Yeah.
So you tend to find that our music is actually hidden.
Yeah.
You'd hide that. People sing, release Mandela, where are you? This is Mandela. But actually, because you cannot mention Mandela because you say we'll be banned.
Yeah, definitely.
So you tweak in the music there, and then in that context, you're able to send out the message that you want. I just felt maybe Lashoni Langa for me keeps that deep sentiment where people care for each other enough to say, I cannot go to bed before I find out where you are. And in modern societies today, how relevant that song that actually could say, are we able to go to bed and sleep at night not knowing or not knowing where other people are? There we are in the music. That's my interpretation.
That's a beautiful interpretation.
Of Lashona Ilang.
Definitely. A lot of musicians wrote about what was happening at the time. You know, a lot of the music is influenced by the happenings, the surroundings. And that's
so when you're composing your music, what will you feed on your environment? What else would you feed on?
What else would be what you receive in your sleep? You know, because you hear music, you hear songs. So it happens to you in Fundis also, you know. Don't
remind me of my life in that other thing. These are the small little piece.
Yeah.
just after the break. Here live with Syl Mazinyane. Enjoying myself at least. You know, I love my job. I don't have to go to work. I just go to have fun. Thank you, Syl, man. What? Hey, man. There's something in there. I could almost begin to feel some groove there.
Man. Too beautiful.
After the break.
I love it for this. Now
You're
I'm enjoying it.
Huh?
Wow.
But I won't do as I said, keep it easy. It's nothing. No, just
nice one.
A bit of some harmonica there.
Yeah.
It's
a soulful instrument. I think there's no way that you can escape it.
It's closer to breath.
Yes, and your heart, I think.
It's literally you have a reed that separates your mouth and the sound. So they say actually the closer the instrument is to that.
Yeah.
Make massive moves.
The space race has already started.
Russia had got the first object in space.
The coast is as wild today as it was when Europeans settled the continent.
Enormous beasts with enormous thirst. The teams are primed and ready.
They got the first animal in space, and they got the first person.
Time to see what the boys can do.
Make massive moves with Starsat. Make massive moves.
How can you say that?
That is what it is.
Your mother eloped with someone else.
I just think this is such a genius idea. I think it's amazing.
I can be happy.
It's inside you. It's inside of all of us.
It's about cooking smart that are nutritious and delicious.
President Trump acknowledging the coronavirus death toll could be significantly higher.
We don't want to do this. There is nothing you can take.
Surviving roommates scared.
The heavyweights arrive.
Inside finds Petulia, blocked by Jane.
This is the will of God.
Make massive moves with Starsat.
Okay.
That's Steve Wonder.
Okay, so we open with that one, right?
We are in already.
Oh, you know.
I got you. That's Steve Wonder there. You want to isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she lovely? Beautiful. Somewhere there's some juice there. You can feel it, yeah?
No, that's one. Oh yeah. You
can remember that one.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That's one.
You can remember that one, yeah?
I love it.
Back with me again here on studio is live Syl Mazinyane. We're talking music, we're talking art. I want just maybe push us one, just a nice little question.
Okay.
In terms of the participation, the involvement, the role that you think that music and art plays in the society, and particularly in the political arena and the liberation struggle, without also undermining the role that music plays actually in the religious space. I'm asking a big question. Question in terms of what is the role, particularly of music, in the livelihood of the society, families, communities, love affairs, traditional affairs, parliament, national anthems, and I'm lifting up your
quite high, but I want you to maybe to look. You're an artist.
Yes.
And again, there's a difference between a spiritual artist and a performer. I've been able to be in both ends, and I think I now understand what each one would mean. But in your own world, when you look around your career, your profession, or your calling, I don't know what you might call it, because actually you guys are the real sangomas. Because the word sangoma means the one who owns the drum, the one who owns the song. Better still, the one who heals with a song. So if they are saying sangomas are the ones who are giving medicines on the street, I think it's a etymologically speaking, that can't be correct. Because ngoma is a drum. Sa, the one who owns the drum.
The drum, yes.
So the one who owns the song. So and here you are, as a sangoma.
Yes.
In that context.
In that context, yes.
What do you think is the role, key, fundamental, pivotal, spiritual, personal involvement and role of music within the greater space of the community?
The role of music affirms commitment. It's an affirmation for commitment. I'll explain why I say that. Secondly, the role of music puts back into place what's lost, what's taken away from its position. Music helps to take it back into position. Back to the first answer, when you make a promise or you create a poem, if you want it to linger for years and ages to come, you put it with a song, you put it with sound. So music serves to maintain.
It's a library.
Yes, it's a library.
The library of emotions.
Yes. So music and words, put them together, serves to keep
cement that commitment, cement those stories
for many years.
So it's a storyline.
It's a storyline for many ages to come. To the second answer is that it helps displacement. You know, it's a role to put back into place. You know, of course. And the other role is to soothe and to make correct and to make light.
Calm down. Because biologically speaking, sitting in a certain position and listening to music, in whatever music, it actually directly has a way of talking to your entire system, from your nerves to your mind, either to quicken it, to slow it down, to create emotions in it, and it has that magic. Hence the healing part.
You're correct, Fundis, because we, in the now times, I think what we did most is to really put it into a smaller. We've really depreciated the role of music, also as musicians. Because then we tend to label ourselves as jazz musicians.
I'm an Afro
pop musician. That's for.
I'm 145. I'm F sharp major. Minors.
Yes, I spoke to a friend and I was telling that friend of mine to say, look, I'm not a jazz musician, neither a classical.
I'm a pianist.
I'm a pianist. I'm a musician. I work with sound. I alter sound. If you give me a sound, then I work with it. It's up to you to call it jazz or to call it
classifying. Because I did an album apparently. Actually, we can just do. Let's do one little. Let's do Pinda Onghlabelele.
Okay.
Young. I did that song for Gallo.
Okay.
On my album. I gave them the song, they said they can't classify it. So it fell in the cracks. The project fell. Because apparently when they are marketing the albums, they say jazz here, gospel here, African here, and then you hear that.
Yes.
And they said, no, we've never heard that a harmonica can, because I remember I used some of the kids from GR Celebration.
Yes.
So they were doing the vocals. But I picked up the harmonica as a lead instrument. Then the voices were actually following.
Wow.
Which is a groundbreaking project that I thought I would contribute some to the music industry.
Yes.
Only to get to the industry.
Okay.
And as you are saying, they want to say, are you a jazz player or are you a gospel player?
Yes.
Or are you an African player? And in the midst of that, we lose the music.
We lose the music, definitely. Most of the music that is played, that is composed, comes from the hymns.
No, that's a hymn. That's a hymn. Sing them over again to me.
And that you can do it in many versions. You can play it in many interpretations. You know, a hymn has 1,000 interpretations musically. And if you listen to the music of the greats, the music of your Abdullah Ibrahim,
the hymns.
Give
me one of the Abdullah.
Oh yeah.
Abdullah Ibrahim one of them. Let's take it away. think on your next trip out, I'll carry your bags. And I'll just get one extra djembe with me.
What?
On our way out, just to one guy on the corner there making some extra noise, that kind of feeling.
But I really loved that, what you did there, Fontes. It just creates a nice bass bottom of the music. Yes, definitely.
Wow.
It keeps the song going.
No, I think of all the instruments,
yes,
I think the drum for me, and what kills me, the two instruments that have become of a great fascination to me is the drum and the kudu horn.
Yes,
that actually those two instruments are never in key.
Yeah,
I know the modern ones now. They try and get
and tune it. Yeah, they try and tune it. Yeah,
but these ones which are traditionally done,
yes,
it looks like it's always there.
Yes,
and the music, if you might. At the moment of starting to listen, it might sound like a dissonance, but once you are in, it's like it pulls the music to itself and just creates that. So
yes.
And I've actually been fascinated by the drum and the kudu horn. I'm trying to do some recording actually on that kind of a sound. Just those two.
Yeah.
And hear how they sound.
And also, for me, my favorite instrument is actually the mbira. And I really would love to us to try something maybe on the mbira.
Okay.
And there's a tune that I wrote on the first album. I think it's track number 4, which is Mbira. It's titled Mbira.
If you can play it in E flat, I can take you halfway.
Okay, let's try it. Okay.
Now this is our rubbish, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah. This is a mother of a piano.
Yeah.
But I'll just for purposes of progress.
Yeah.
While you're holding that, I'll hold this one here.
Yeah.
So they call this a baby piano.
Okay. Yeah.
When actually it's the mother.
Yeah.
So pianos actually come 16th, 17th century.
Yes.
Like yesterday. This has been.
This is the ages.
So what they did is that because this was complex, because this created a cycle of music. So they took the strongest note, and they put on the extreme, on the extreme left.
On the left, yeah.
So they like took this, and put it there, and took this, and then stretched it, and then to actually come up with the piano.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you get, but you still have your, okay.
Yeah, still have your
still have your scale. But the way it is, the way the African music is styled, is that.
That's it.
It's like you play in a cycle, and you play on a cycle. So you have 7 notes on the left.
That's it.
7 notes at the bottom. 7 notes on the other side. So you have to have 21. 21 like
different planets.
And yes. And every sound is by itself,
it's a representation,
solid and etc. And they say actually the olden people say the instrument is of the 7 spirits. The 7 spirits according to your black book, where when each sound is given a certain instruction comes out. And on the 7 songs that Mbira has, the one they called Nemamsasa, which they played when they arrived at the place, firstly to find the type of trees that are there. Can we survive here? Then the next one, when they are killing a cow, you don't just kill a cow. There's a certain song they used to play, Kariga Ngombe. Then when they are going to hunt, the certain song they used to sing again there. So for every ceremony that you had to do, there's a song that guided it. So you preserved actually the history of the community.
That's it.
So it's not just an instrument. It actually becomes a library.
That's it.
Of a lot of activities that happen in there.
And also, I mean, the study of the universe is based on the instrument, the distances between the planets. And it's all represented.
Those are the distances between the keys.
Between the keys, that's it. So it is a scale, it represents whatever's been discovered in the planet. You know, we had our ancient people who were studying the universe. And how did they document it?
They put
it on the instrument. They say this is this planet that we discover, and this is this planet that we discover. This is that, this is that. So instruments are not
cosmology now.
Yes, instruments are not just made out of
nowhere. You have to. There is something.
There is a searching. There is a study.
There's a
study of the universe. That's how the scale comes about to represent different findings.
So the pentatonics for the Africans is more or less as we see the world from the south.
From the south.
From the south.
How you see it, what you discover, what you hear, and how you document it. And of course, from one finding to another finding is a distance, and that is represented with a semitone. I mean, it's a different of a. This is one planet, and this is a second planet. But in between the planets, there's a distance that you need to document, which is a half of between.
And other planets we can't see.
Other planets we can't see, which is a micro. Microtones. Yeah.
And I think when it comes to the tuning, for example, that's where when you meet the younger keyboardists and you meet a musician, then there's a difference. Because you get there with Mbira, which is tuned on a 440, 440, or sometimes if it is tight, depending how the person felt when they tuned it. You get to an instrument that is standard and already locked in, and then you get there and says, no, but I'm not there. I'm playing from the south. So either you bend towards me or octave me or something, and then you get stuck in there.
When you do a tour in Europe, you tune differently. I mean, according to the climate.
Because of the weather, yes.
The weather and that. So, I mean, with these instruments, hence, African music is very complex. I mean, because there's so much findings. And there's so much documentation on these instruments.
To be honest, I don't think you. I'm saying you in the musical gurus and the musical professionals. I don't think actually our efforts have been well placed. Like you can play with this thing with eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? You know, you take your knowledge that you now have. And you take a Mbira like this and put it here, and really like go into this thing and download what is here, and then parallel it to a certain extent that you can actually, because It's 15, 25, 30, 50K to buy a keyboard like this. So tell me, in which schools can you afford 50 to 100,000?
None.
It's 400 rand, 500 rand for a mbira. So why must music actually be
moved away from
the people? But if professionals can actually download the manuals, create apps with indigenous instruments, we could break some ground.
Definitely. And as a pianist, you always want to know, actually, you ask yourself, why do I really start with the piano? You know, when there was it was not
available. Or maybe if it was available, it was in the back. There's some small little thing just on a pan out. I did something here which is
okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm playing here, for example? This is like the mother of all rumba.
Okay.
And when you listen to all the Eastern African boys playing the guitar, this is the whaler, like what you call that
That's it.
And you wonder this song, every time an African guitarist picks up their instrument, they always end up in that riff. Where and you wonder, I really want to find out what is inside there. So let's try it maybe.
Okay.
One more time. All we need is a double bass guy who can be sitting on the corner there. The older we're getting now, it's not about being busy, you know. When we're young, we used to be worried about chops, you know.
Yes.
And you want to be accurate. Hey, man, the older you're getting, man. Hey, who cares, man? Who cares?
Yes.
We're just here.
Wow.
Getting older. You know what do you hear?
Oh, too beautiful. It's very percussive, melodic at the same time too. And actually, maybe I will invite it in one of my compositions.
Okay.
But I'll credit you for this.
No. Hey, this old song we used to play with Sly just before we go for the break here.
space race has already started.
Russia had got the first object into space.
The coast is as wild today as it was when Europeans settled the continent.
Enormous beasts with enormous thirst. The teams are primed and ready.
They got the first animal into space, and they got the first person.
Time to see what the boys can do.
Make massive moves with Starsat. Make massive moves.
How can you say that?
That is what it is.
Your mother eloped with someone else.
I just think this is such a genius idea. I think it's amazing.
I can be happy.
It's inside you. It's inside of all of us.
It's about cooking smart that are nutritious and delicious.
President Trump acknowledging the coronavirus death toll could be significantly higher.
We don't want to do this. There is nothing you can take.
Surviving roommates scared.
The heavyweights arrive.
Inside, finds Petulia, blocked by Jane.
This is the will of God.
Make massive moves with Starsat.
Join us after the break here, live with Syl Vestor playing some old gospel stuff. Man!
Thank you for this. Thank you for this.
I'm taking you home with me today. Join us after the break. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Tech Talk brought to you by Tamani Technologies and Systems. Tamani Technologies and Systems takes leadership in fourth industrial revolution. The whole world is facing a transformation. The revolution will be developed into the following stages: digitization, cyber security, Internet of Things, managed services, document management, and business applications. We provide business transformation and ICT solutions with presence in 13 African countries and 2 European countries. We are your leading partner in integrated platform providers, innovation leaders, standalone products, and innovation pace setters. Tamani Technologies and Systems, delivering value across continents.
Welcome one, welcome all, and back again here on your wonderful show with us here again on with Syl Mazinyane. I want us to move over into maybe something slightly more academic. And just we're sharing music. He's a music guru, so I have these small little tools that I use for thinking. And maybe this is the chance where we do some interaction, so we can develop our worldview. Looking at things. So we have 3 sections on this thing. So this is past tense, this is present tense, and future tense. But you're a musician, so you're already looking at the music of the past, the music of the present, and the music of the future. But while you're doing that, you are thinking in world frames. So I want you to take us through. You're going to teach me on this thing here. So we have this as what I might want to call the Western music, which is almost like your American sort of thing. This we might call European music, which is this I must call Eastern music. This I'll call African music. So even musically speaking, you need to have a compass. Like your east, your west, your north, and your south. So maybe I want you to sample up for me. If we're supposed to say we want to play something that is Western in terms of American, what will it sound like and what effect? I heard you speak about the distances between notes and how each community interprets its own cosmology within the greater space. So what would inform that kind of a progression? What would inform the classic kind of a progression in terms of what they are hearing? What informs the dissonance, Chinese, Indian kind of, and then what informs the rhythm and the quack of the African sound? In both those 3-4 questions, you may want to apply yourself to the past, to the present, and to the future. Does it make sense?
It makes sense, yes.
So you can sample up and maybe feel free to take us through and educate us on the greater aspects of music.
But that's I think it's a classical piece that I played when I was doing my grades some time ago. I think in terms of writing, that would be more sort of based on time, and it's very locked in a certain time.
You must be faithful to time.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Now that is old. Of course, it comes from a classical period, from the classical era. I think I can't remember who the composer really that I played on, but the writing is very classical. It's based on a time and a certain type of melody and how you move with the melody
between intervals.
And yes, that is, I mean, your classical time. Obviously, there's an earlier time, which is your.
So that would be like your in northern or western. That would be like your northern music.
Yes,
versus classic,
yes,
the European music.
Yeah, the European music. Yes. And
the more the hip hop and the western stuff, what informs their progression there?
I think it's based on rhythm also, on how you break down the rhythmic part of it. I mean, if it goes. I mean, with your now music, probably going. So I think it's everything.
Almost like a bebop, or it goes back again to a bit of jazz, and
it goes back to rhythm. You know, if you consult with your rhythm, it will send you back the music, the same sound, but in a different
thing,
in a different feel.
Well, even if you take a normal hymn and you just change the time signature,
definitely.
the song.
So
the song responds in a totally different way.
So the past influences the present
and rise the future.
Yes, I think that's how
the Chinese.
Yeah,
the Chinese, the progression of but by the way, you in Middle East,
yes.
They also have their like take a song like Take 5. Apparently, Brubeck was influenced by the
Yes.
I did some reading also.
Yes, because most of the music is really modal. You know, it's based on a modal type of writing, a repetitive kind of.
The way it started, it almost sounds like a salsa, like Cuban, like Brazilian,
music really relates.
It's all connected.
Yeah, music relates. Like you can do. So what is it? What's what you do? Tune, by the way.
Which one? Take 5.
Oh, no. That is, it's a very Cuban kind of. Yes, Cuban music.
Yes, Arturo Sandoval.
Yes. So it's the same. Like if you take it to the Malay. We do have. But we do have a popular South African standard that we.
Yes.
Tsakwe.
Yes, I remember.
It's based on a harmonic minor kind.
Yeah. So Abdullah actually did one also.
Yes.
That is almost.
Yes. Yeah. This is more like your capse.
And finally, your African sound, your pentatonic. What will it be informing in terms of the progression there?
In terms of your pentatonic, of course, take 5. That's more like your take 5 Ghana. That type of thing. Yeah. So actually, all this music relates. They all relate.
This other guy says to me, music is actually one thing.
It's just one.
It's one song.
It's one long song.
Yeah, it's one long song with different landscapes. So even if you're supposed to pick up a proper classic song,
yes,
and like do love changes everything. Just in terms of the They come down a bit. I don't have a good voice.
Try G.
Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You work on that song.
Okay.
I'm sitting in Wales. I'm hearing 150 Welshmen singing. Beautiful, bow ties and everything. Powerful note, the Welsh voices.
Yes.
Majestic.
Yeah.
And when I'm sitting in that concert, guess what I'm hearing in my head? Give me that. Give me the I'm hearing Black Mambazo in my head, but in the melody of a classic song, I would actually transport my mind and hear if Shabalala was here, and you'd give him the same song and say interpret it. Surely he's not going to be there hearing it in the thing. Yeah. So I actually had a moment to myself where I was hearing the echo of the great African voices over and above that, which almost says, even the song, Amazing Grace, for example. You might want to look at that song and say it is a Western song, but it's actually, what the history of that song?
It sounds more African to me. It sounds very pentatonic, you know?
There can't be anything white in that song.
There is no ways that it's a foreign song to a Bantu, to a Mundu yasekhaya. Yeah.
That's a baboon's head. But there's something wrong.
Yeah, but you're correct, Mfundis, when you say, just to go back to that, the past music does influence present and the future. And of course, all the music comes from Africa. You know, I think the Mother Mbira has a lot still to tell us about the coming of that music, where it comes from. And, but
what inspired?
Yes, but all the music is African music. Man,
you have an opportunity of playing us one of your songs, one of your classic songs, whatever you want. Your spirit is inclined towards.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Let me play. Okay, I'll play a song that I wrote actually just now recently. You know, I titled it "Song for the San People."
For the San.
Yeah.
Okay. You missed out. The old man from the Khoisan was here the other day. It will have been nice for you to hook up.
And you know, you listen to your radio and your reports. You hear the land issues, and you hear, and you think, no. Let me sit down and try and.
Let me preserve some memory.
Yes. So here it goes. Yeah. Okay.